What's going on? What's going on, Facebook family? This is Mr. Matthew Taylor, the Millennial Multimillionaire, your tailor-made wealth builder and wealth gardener. And so I grow. We're independently gifted, resilient opportunists of wealth. And guys, this is my. I actually gave this to me. This is a common myrtle right here. But the reason why I'm showing you guys this is because it's Financial Friday. We're going to talk money a little bit today, especially dealing with the economy because I've been listening to a book called The New Great Depression by Jim Rickards. It's a really good book, listening to the audio. And it talks about some of the different components of what's going on economically. And think about this, guys, because I want this to kind of represent our current economy. So, you can be like this common myrtle where literally there are parts of it that are dying. There are parts of it that literally, as you can see on the leaves, it's shedding. Parts of it are dying. But there's also parts where there is new growth. There are parts where, things are happening. And so literally what's happening is because it was put in a new environment, it had to shift, it had to change, it had to do something different. So, what's going on, Miss Rhonda Gale Gardner? And so you have to also be like this. You have to be able to shift and adjust. And so what I want to talk about today is really just the importance of, in this changing economy, guys, either you're going to build or you're going to break. Either you're going to build or you're going to break. And the reason why I'm saying that is because most people are waiting. They're waiting to see what happens. They're waiting, on stimuluses, or if they're still waiting. They're waiting on the government to take care of them. They're waiting on a vaccine. They're waiting on this. They're waiting on that. And in this platform, we're all about positioning you to be able to build wealth across the 8 forms of capital. We talk about living, we talk about financial, we talk about social, we talk about, there are all these different forms of capital. But guys, most people are only focused on 1 or 2. And today it's a little bit about the financial capital as well as a bit of the social capital, because guys, if we're not building together, if we are not around people that are going to build with us, ladies and gentlemen, we won't grow. We won't be able to position ourselves the way that we want to. And so especially now, guys, if you want to build something, you have to lock arms with people who are willing to build with you. I mean, if you think about, there's a great story in the Bible that talks about Nehemiah, and he literally had people around him. Like, he first had a vision himself. He was troubled, right? He had a vision and he was trying to figure out what to do. And so he actually was given permission by the king to go ahead over back to Jerusalem to rebuild the wall. And when he was going to build it, guys, he had the people with him have a hammer in one hand and a sword in another, because there were people around them that didn't like what they were doing. They wanted to build something. And you have to be the same way, especially now. You have to have a hammer in one hand and a sword in another, because there are going to be some people. What's going on, Mr. Keith Grundy? There are going to be some people that are going to try and cut you. There's going to be some people that try to undermine what you're building. Especially now, if you watch the news for literally 15 minutes, that can literally change the trajectory of your mind because it's so negative. Yeah, get the news so you can learn what's going on, but then get away from it. You need to be feeding this mind with positive energy, with positive things that are going to build you up and not bring you down. So many people are allowing the media and the news to tell them a vision, tell them what they want to get in their mind, plant seeds in their mind. And we're all about gardening. The mind is the best gardening tool. But what's going on, my man Goldman Ashar? But if we're not putting things in our minds that are going to allow it to grow, if we're not putting things in our mind that's going to allow it to build something, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end up consumed. We're going to end up choked by what the world is trying to tell us. We're in a depression. Get over it. The question is, what are you going to do about it? The question is, we don't know who, there's speculation politically with what's going on. Don't focus on that. Focus on building the economy in your own home. Focus on positioning yourself and your family for greater. Because guess what? All that stuff over there, you cannot directly affect some of that stuff up there. You can't directly affect what's going on in Capitol Hill. Yeah, you can send some letters out to your politicians, all that stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, it's all about building the economy in your own home. You can either build or you will break. And when I'm talking about breaking, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about where you're waiting on somebody else and the system fails. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we don't know what's going to happen in this year. I'm locked arms with a group of people who are believing that this is going to be one of the most prosperous years of our lives. Why is that? Because we're connected to a system that allows us to build and not break. Ladies and gentlemen, there may be a second wave dealing with this pandemic, but guess what? Because we're locking arms and because we're focused, because we're doing what we need to do for ourselves and for family, we're preparing ourselves regardless. We're going to be able to thrive regardless of what happens around us. So, ladies and gentlemen, in this system that's breaking, detach yourself. Detach yourself from this system and position yourself in a system that's going to allow you to build something. And what am I talking about building? We're talking about building your financial capital. We're talking about building your living capital. We're talking about getting around people who have the same mindset as you do. Because so many people, ladies and gentlemen, have a negative mindset. So many people are drifters. And what do I mean by drifters? There are people, ladies and gentlemen, who are allowing people to determine and tell them what they should think and believe. But when you have a different mindset and when you lock arms with people like Wealth Builders Worldwide, who have phenomenal leaders like Mr. Ty Best and Valerie Best and Eric Torrey Muhammad and all these phenomenal people, Michael Aldalco, these people have a mindset to build something. You have to have a mindset to build something. Because if you're not building now, you're going to break later. And we don't know what's going to happen. But we can control what we can control. And what we can do is control the economy in our own home. How do we do that? We position ourselves with wealth builders and people who see the same thing that we see. We're building wealth, and wealth is not just financial, but wealth is also having relationships and connections that allow us to build upon those things. It's about building so that way when things shift and change, we're locking arms with people who see what we see, who see where things are going, not where they are. You have to be a visionary and not see things as they are, because there's a lot of deception that's happening right now. So many people are caught up in what's happening right now that they're not thinking 2, 5, 10, 15 years from now. America may not look the same, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're not positioning yourself now by planting the right seeds, by establishing and shedding off some of that old stuff, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be like the tree that's not planted by rivers of water. You're going to be like that tree that's in ground that is rocky. You're going to be like that tree that's in ground that literally is not giving it the nutrition it needs. You are going to choke rather than grow. And most people are choking because they're so busy binging, watching Disney Plus and Netflix, and nothing wrong with that stuff. Because I like watching my shows here and there. But guys, I'm building something. And you need to be building more than you're taking, ladies and gentlemen. You need to be pushing, you need to be learning some things so that it can allow you to grow to become a better person. And if you're not growing to become a better person today, then you won't be able to handle the difficulties of tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm just trying to tell you, this is your time. If you're here now, then I urge you to share this message with as many people as possible, because there's going to be a season where people are going to be broken. There's going to be a season where people are going to snap. They're going to snap because they're trying to figure out what happened. Or you could be part of the few. These are they that turn the world upside down, right? Those that decided to build. Those that decided to establish. Those that decided to plant seeds. Those that decided to establish roots for such a time as this. And we can show you how to do that. So get back with the person that shared this video. Let them know you want to build something. And we can show you how to build something financially. Build something socially where you have a group of people who are willing to build with you. And when you do that, you will see yourself on the other side of this wealth gap. Because there's a wealth transfer taking place. The question is, are you going to be on that left side trying to figure out what happened? Or are you going to be on that right side saying, I'm glad I made things happen? So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. This is your time to build. This is Mr. Matthew Taylor, Millennial Multi-Millionaire, your wealth gardener. And we're all about planting seeds. I grow, we grow together. We're independently gifted, resilient opportunists of wealth. And let's go out here and change the world, family. I'll catch you guys on the next one.